And welcome back to Interpreting the Stars, where today we're bringing it back to our Karate Kid vs. Three Ninja Marathon with the second film on the Three Ninjas side. It's Three Ninjas Kick Back. Released in 1994, this was yet another movie I didn't really remember, even though I know I've seen it. But after seeing that first movie, I was game to watch the rest of the series, but one thing that was really shocking to me when I saw it was that I learned that 2 of the 3 ninjas were recast. That's like a majority vote here, so I don't even know how they managed to make this a movie, let alone even more movies, and I don't know at this point if it'll be the same cast now until the end, or if they'll just keep recasting the kids. So I guess we'll see. If they do that though, that might be a problem at Eventide. Let's get cracking. This review is brought to you by the word of the day, Eventide, the end of the day. The kids find themselves in Japan in Three Ninjas Kick Back when their grandfather must present a ceremonial dagger to the winner of a ninja competition. While there, an old foe of his shows up looking for the dagger, something that he wanted for the last 40 years or so, and is driven with madness over the grudge the two had as teens. Okay, hold up, let's hit pause for a second. I now feel super glad that I'm interweaving my reviews of Karate Kid and the Three Ninjas right now, because we got the same plot as Karate Kid 2 right now. In both movies, the old Japanese martial arts teacher must travel to Japan. In both movies, you think only he'll go, but the kid, or kids, show up anyway. In both movies, there's a man in Japan who hates our sensei and has a 4-decade-long grudge against him. In both movies, there's a Japanese teen that kind of serves as sort of a love interest for one of our main characters, and I will not spoil you, but both films kind of sort of end the same way too. Now, I don't want to claim copycat, but I mean, come on. Now, it's not exactly the same. There are some differences. First of all, the reason the kids go to Japan in the first place actually makes sense, while it didn't make a lot of sense in Karate Kid. Daniel LaRusso just tagged along because apparently Mr. Miyagi had adopted him at that point. These kids went to Japan because their grandfather forgot to bring that dagger to Japan, his entire reason for going there in the first place. The grudge itself was also different here, but this time it's not as strong as Karate Kid 2. In Karate Kid 2, it was believable. It was about betrayal and cowardice. I didn't fully believe why it was still a grudge 40 years later. Didn't make a lot of logical sense, but I did believe it. The grudge in this movie was 100% based off of a MacGuffin, the dagger, because it was the second key to like a hidden treasure or something. I don't know. The movie turned into National Treasure for some reason. So the plot here, not the greatest. I mean, it's not exactly supposed to be epic, but the first movie just felt a little bit more significant. That being said, even without a great plot, this one had better dialogue in my opinion. It had a better sense of humor with the things that were being said. Like the girl who was trying to say bat and just kept on saying but. And that's not all. This movie was a lot more in tune with physical humor and of course, fart jokes. While I noticed the story more in the first film, I noticed the humor a little bit more in this one. And the humor is a bit juvenile, yes, but because it was pretty consistent, I'm able to forgive the story imperfections, because this kind of stuff dials into the entertainment category of my bias score. So let's take a look at that for a second. First, we'll look at the technical score, the unbiased score. Just like the first movie, this one won't be turning any heads as far as what it technically does. The martial arts is once again choreographed pretty well, but its choice to change the cast members didn't exactly do it much justice. So that score is 64%, but because it's still a pretty entertaining, fun film, my bias score is a lot higher at 82%, averaging everything out to a final score of 73%. 73 out of 100 possible stars, granting Three Ninjas Kick Back with a letter grade of C. Now, the first Three Ninjas film was a C+ with a score of 77%, so this wasn't as good, but 4% lower is a lot higher than the 10% lower score of Karate Kid versus Karate Kid 2. So far in our battle, Karate Kid's franchise has an average score of 81%, while Three Ninjas is firm at 75%. And we're only halfway through both series. Anything could happen. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel because next week I'll be jumping back to the Karate Kid train with Karate Kid Part 3, so make sure you don't miss out. Subscribe and hit the bell. In the meantime, tell me your thoughts on Three Ninjas Kick Back in the comments down below. Did you like it? Also, what'd you think about the Japan setting? Let me know and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.